raging since the creation. War, mind, Lord, bless the general. Greatest nation, eat them unequivocal. Bombs dropping, buddy, cause it's biblical. Start shit, now it's time to finish. Whoa. Said he won't woke, we looking for smoke. So, we give them some more. We want the world, we breaking them down. Taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown. We want the world, we breaking them down. Taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown. It's the end of the world. Ain't the beginning of ours. It's the end of the world. Ain't the beginning of ours. It's the end of the world. Ain't the beginning of ours. We want the world, we breaking them down. Taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown. It's the end of the world.
I can't wait for our kingdom to start and for there to be finished. Get rid of all of their idols and lying religions. Look for the crown like an Edris. Hey, this that crown talk. Wisdom of Solomon 5 talk. This that second Edris 6 and 9. We want eyes talk. It's your time to end and my time again. It's our time to win. Away with the sin. You know what it is. Rejoice with my kin. See that is why we repented. Go to the streets, I can see myself in it. The city is bright, the kingdom of light. A wonderful sight past the angels, the inner light. I need 1,000 years of labor. Sit on my throne with my savior. Try the new wine, press alone. He bring pain like major. You think the nations is equal to us? TK Kirby who raised you. Flex on occasion. My God.
Yeah. Hey, shalom. Most High in Christ bless. Hey, shalom, family. Most High in Christ bless y'all. Welcome back to the Nehemiah Squad. It's been a couple of weeks. You know what I mean? We've been out. You know what I mean? So let me reintroduce myself. I'm Captain Zaccai.
I'm Officer Shim.
I'm Officer Judy. All praises. Hey, put that thumbnail back up. All right? So the name of the show for this week is, we calling it Reloaded because a couple of weeks ago we had the brother on, and then we had a technical difficulty that knocked the whole show off after like 20-something minutes. So that was crazy. So we coming back again, the real cost of child support for black fathers, Reloaded, because the show fell apart a few weeks ago due to technical difficulties, right?
Yeah.
It's outrageous, right? But we're going to get into the whole child support thing. And again, we want to start off the show saying what we said last time, right? That it's not that you're not supposed to support your children and pay. That's obvious. And it should be obvious that that's not what this show is about. This show is about the system itself, robbing the fathers, trying to destroy fathers, all right? In order to do what? Put us in a bad space. That's really what this is about, right? So we're going to get a couple scriptures before we get the brother on or get the guest on, right? Let's get Acts chapter 6 and verse 1. All right, and we started there last time. Y'all might want to turn that down a little bit. There's a lot of feedback. All right. I don't know why they turned it up. Everything was all right.
They turned up the wrong one.
Oh, your mic is good?
It's not good.
All right. Hey, oh, man. This is crazy. Hey, Judah, read that, please.
The book of Acts, chapter 6 and verse 1. And in those days, when the number of the disciples was multiplied, there arose a murmuring of the Grecians against the Hebrews, because their widows were neglected in the daily ministration.
Right. So the Grecians here, they're talking about what? The northern kingdom of Israel, right? And when it talks about they were neglected in the daily ministration, this is talking about when they were dealing with paying the fatherless children and the widows, right? So this was like the first form of, or that's how Israel, that's how we would do it, support the children by what? Coming together and having an actual situation set up with the administration, meaning ministering unto those people, being administrators, right? So this is not taking care of your kids is not a thing, right? So hey, let's get something else. Give me 2 Maccabees chapter 3. 2 Maccabees 3. All right. We going through these scriptures real quick before we start, because sometimes people might think that we saying don't take care of your kids. That's outrageous. Nobody's saying that. Yeah, it's all the way done. Don't play none of those sound bites. Let's start in verse 8. 2 Maccabees 3, verse 8. We're going to read down to verse 10.
The book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 3 and verse 8. So forthwith, Heliodius took his journey under the color of visiting cities of Celesyria and Phoenice, but indeed to fulfill the king's purpose. And when he was come to Jerusalem and had been courteously received of the high priest of the city, he told him what intelligence was given of the money, and declared wherefore he came, and asked if these things were so indeed.
Right. So when it says about the intelligence was given of the money, meaning what? That he had to give report of where all the money went, where everything was allocated to, right? So for instance, in this time frame, like now you say, oh yeah, we put some money for highways, we put money for whatever, school, education, so on and so forth. So that's what was going on at this time. Read.
Then the high priest told him that there was such money laid up for the relief of the widows and the fatherless children.
You see that? So money was put aside for the widows and fatherless children, right? So this was always a thing. We got to beat y'all in the head with this because y'all might run off and say we against taking care of kids. That makes no sense. Give me Tobit chapter 1, and then we're gonna get to the guests. You know what I mean? We gotta kill a fly with a sledgehammer right now. Yeah, because you know how it go. Somebody might get crazy later. All right, Tobit chapter 1, and we're gonna start in verse 7. That must be his new apocrypha. The pages are sticking. Yeah, y'all. Right? So we're going to read this. Yo, there you go.
Chapter 1 and verse 7.
All right.
The first 10th part of all increase I gave to the son of Aaron,
the sons of Aaron, which is what? The priesthood. Go ahead.
Who ministered at Jerusalem. Another 10th part I sold away and went and spent it every year at Jerusalem.
Come on.
And the third I gave unto them to whom it was meet, as Deborah, my father's mother, had commanded me, because I was left an orphan by my father.
Right. So he's saying his grandmother had to tell him, hey, listen, when you was an orphan, this is how we were feeding you, helping you. So you got to do the same for the other children of Israel who are fatherless and women who are widowed. All right. So we just wanted to bring that out and make sure that we were clear with our stance tonight. All right. So now let's introduce our guests, reintroduce our guests. Hey, Chris, how you doing, bro?
I'm good. How y'all doing today?
Everything good, man. Hey, bro, thanks for coming back, man, being gracious
Appreciate
with your time. Bro. Last time the show just exploded on us. We didn't know what the hell happened. We thought we was going to be back in like 30 seconds. It turned into be 30 days. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't get up.
Yeah, but look, nothing can stop us. You know, we always going to be here.
That's it, bro. I appreciate you, man. So let's get started. We want to talk a little bit about your case and your travels and how you beat the system, so to speak. All right, go ahead, man. Set it off.
So first, my children's mother, she filed for government assistance.
Okay.
And so when she filed for that government assistance, it triggered the daddy, the government, right, the person that we're paying our tax money to, and we paying, it triggered the state. So whenever you file for government assistance, it triggers the state to come after the father for child support. Now, when they trigger the child support in the state have a clause that people don't really know about.
Well, Chris, let me say before you go on, Chris, when she went for this public assistance, were you already paying her a child, not through the system, but I'm just saying taking care of your child directly to her?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Like I never ever stopped taking care of my child.
Okay. All right.
I never ever stopped. Like never. They just wanted a reimbursement for the said money that they're spending in government assistance.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened was they sent me the letter. Oh, you gotta come on up here to court. If you don't, I'll put a warrant out for your arrest. I'll take care of my children. Why are you putting a warrant out for my arrest?
Right.
And threaten me, talking about, you have to pay this much and this much because they apply for government assistance. First of all, do you have any control over anybody applying for anything in this country. That's like going to that's like somebody going to purchase a car and you having to pay for it. You cannot control what people do with their lives.
Right, I see what you're saying. Right. The fact that you're already taking care of your child with the mother, the state shouldn't have any power in coming in and saying, well, yeah, we see you taking care of your child, but you have to take care of your child the way we want you to take care of your child. That's really what you're saying, right?
Yeah, and take care of take care of your child. Take care of your child in the form of what the government say.
Right.
So what happened? I went to court. I had filed a custody case. I said, man, look, I'm not about to deal with all this. I'm just going to file for custody. So I beat them to the punch. They sent me a letter, but I already had beat them to the punch. And they didn't have any jurisdiction over me in a family court. So just like the state, just like the sneaky games they play, they show up to the hearing. They show up to the custody hearing for my children.
Wait. So child support enforcement showed up to the custody hearing?
Yes.
Yeah, you can't make this up. And we gotta be clear. Where were you exactly? What state, city, and
I was in Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas. All right. Go ahead.
Houston, bro. Texas. So they show up. I'm like, who are y'all? I never seen these people in public. I never seen them ever. I never dealt with them. So I'm thinking this is child support court. Now I'm thinking this is family court for custody. They come in barging in. The judge tells me, hey, yeah, they're going to take care of everything. You just go in the back with them. What?
Right. So basically, you saying that they weren't really trying to hear you out in the court. They wanted to go in the back and go work out whatever in the back.
Yeah. They wanted me to sign papers, basically putting myself on child support. They take me in a room. Almost like I'm in jail, having somebody sit at the door, like in front of the door. And this woman sit me and my children's mother down in an interrogation room, basically, and have some police sit at the door talking about, hey, sign this. What? I would know what I'm signing? How are you going to throw something in my face telling me to sign something that I never read, never been over, and you're a lawyer and I'm not?
Right.
So you already got the upper hand on me. You got a police at the door basically threaten me to sign a piece of paper.
Yeah, extortion.
So what they say is, in their contract, they say, we'll give you every other weekend and visitation rights. How are you going to give me a right that I already have? How could you give me something that I already have? That's what I asked her. I said, how are you going to give me something that I already have? Well, this is just the rights for you to have the visitation and, have the rights to make decisions at school and medical decisions without going through all the court process. No, I'm not signing nothing.
Right.
She gonna go look at me. Oh, you have to sign it.
They pushed up on you like the old Italian guys.
Right.
Like, yeah, you're gonna pay us to give you protection to watch the store.
Right. Yeah. Come here. See. Yeah. They had you backed in the corner, bro. This is crazy.
Yeah. Yo.
You gonna sign it? No, I'm not about to sign nothing. You're not making me sign nothing. In fact, if I sign this paper under duress, it's not a valid contract anymore.
Right.
She thought I didn't know anything. Like, even though I was very new at that time. So the police gets behind me. I'm like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just, making sure everything goes fine. Man, if you don't get behind me, man, I'm gonna get out this room. I walked out the room. I said, man, I'm not signing no paper with y'all. So that case got dropped.
Wait, so they dropped that case?
They dropped that case.
Okay.
Because I refused to sign the paper. I went back to the judge. The judge said, well, if you don't sign the paper, you're not gonna have any visitation rights, and you have to do the child support anyway. I said, I don't have to do child support to see my kids. In fact, child support and custody is two different things.
Absolutely. It's not
That's
even the
why
same
y'all
court.
take me into a child support court.
Right.
And it's a family court.
Right. It's
Now,
a totally different court.
You're violating my right to due process,
Mm-hmm.
and now you're violating the separations of powers.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine how many people they got with that.
Many.
How many men they got with that.
Yeah.
Especially as a young man, you have no understanding of the law at all.
Right.
That's why they put the police in the room.
Exactly.
The police is there to intimidate.
Yep.
Make you feel little. Like,
Yep.
if I don't sign this, I'm going to jail. That's
Right.
how they make you feel.
Exactly. It's almost like when you have like the underage teenager at the precinct without the parent, and they start questioning, putting pressure on him. All of a sudden, he in jail because he said the wrong thing.
I didn't see, and just to say this, I didn't see the most disturbing things in child support. I have seen a 17-year-old on child support, and he's still receiving child support from his dad. This the ruthless games these people play.
Yeah.
So that case get dropped. They file another case because I started another custody case because my children had relocated to a different city. So this woman, she started the case.
So let me ask you real quick. So they were in the state, in a different city, or did they leave the state completely?
No, they moved back to the city I was in. I was living in.
All right.
Yeah. So they moved back. And so this woman started a case with me, didn't send the papers to my address, with knowing my address on the paper. Didn't send it to my address, sent it to Louisiana, the city that I'm from originally. So they sent the papers to my mama house. So she had told the judge that she served me the papers and everything is valid. He can now come to court. So I get on there. A few days before that, she called me. She called my phone. Hey, I need you to sign the papers. You're not signing the papers right and cooperating. Ma'am, I don't know you from a can of paint, and you telling me that I need to come down and sign the papers and turn in my income withholding and W-2s and tax returns and stuff like that from my job. Now, you have a constitutional right not to use evidence against yourself, right?
Right. Self-incrimination. Yeah, you don't do that.
Self-incrimination or any evidence against yourself. Why would you go up there and give all the evidence against yourself?
It sounds kind of funny the way you're saying it, but I don't think we've thought about it like that, because that's exactly what it is. You're actually giving them the information that they need to jam you up. So you basically go in there with the gun and put the handle in their hand and put it to my head, y'all.
Yeah. You load it for them too.
Yeah, you get it.
You load that pistol. You put the 6 bullets in there. You put 5 in there and hope it don't shoot you.
Right. This is crazy.
Yeah. So you go in there, you talking about why I'm on child support. You done turned in everything they told you to.
Yeah, that's
Why
crazy.
do that?
That's
I would never get y'all gonna have to look for the information yourself. I'm not giving you nothing.
Hey, Chris, it's funny you saying that, right? All these years, this is the first time I'm actually hearing that, but it makes perfect sense, right? Why would you get? Because that's what it is. It's incriminating evidence. They need this evidence to prove how much you're making in order to say how much you got to pay the child. When in reality, you and the woman already have an agreement together, and they don't even need to be involved. So this is like complete extortion and stick up kiddery.
Yeah, and you go in there, you done gave them all the information, and then you argue with them. You have some in there going, I can't afford it. Man, they don't care about none of that, man.
Right.
They don't care about how many bills you got to pay. They don't care about none of that. They just care about you paying them. The mother don't even have rights to the child support. So
that's 100%.
if the mother had the rights, you'll be paying the mother directly. You're not paying the mother directly. You paying the state directly.
Right. 100%. We got to back you up on that. Hold on a second. We got to back you up on that, bro. Hold on. Because we got something here that says exactly that. And matter of fact, I think we actually read this before, and you said something funny then as well. Hold on, I gotta get it. Hold on a second, man. Where is that thing? It was saying that $138 million. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna find it. Go ahead, Chris. While I'm looking for it, I don't want to stop you from speaking. I'm gonna find it and then I'll jump in. Go ahead.
So, I go into court. I prepare to go to court. The first thing you have to do is file a special appearance. Now, when you're doing a special appearance, you have to file it 12 days before the court date. If they served you in time. So now let's say if you didn't have time to do it, you file a special appearance. You can say when you go in there, hey, I'm here by special appearance to challenge the jurisdiction of the court. You know, you tell the judge that, and he'll ask you why you challenging the jurisdiction of the court. So, I in Texas, you don't have to communicate in the child support court because it's not a real court. So, as long as you file an answer, he can read your answer to see why. Now, when I was on the Zoom call, this woman knew she messed up so bad to the point she's arguing with me in the back of the Zoom to agree with her, to agree with her and get me to come down and sign the papers. Ma'am.
Right. Hey,
you think I'm that stupid?
But you know what?
You think that I know that you violated my due process rights, and now you trying to cover your butt and make it look good for the court and turning another brother in, you know, and getting these people their retirement money. You think I'm that stupid?
Yeah, because I think most most brothers who go in there are ignorant of the facts. You know what I'm saying? Like you just brought up that it's not an actual court. A lot of people don't know that, right? Like the judge, right? You think you're talking to a judge, but you're not really speaking to a judge. They call that a magistrate, basically a lawyer who's going to follow the parameters that are set up by that kangaroo court system. And that's how come you can't go in there and really have a strong argument, because they're not even in a position to really weigh what's going on. Now, they do have some latitude, but in reality, they're going to stick to whatever's here. They're not going to get a bunch of evidence. Your lawyer's going to come through and say, hey, he's been doing this for all this time. Oh, you know what? Hey, lady, you're wrong. You know what? We're going to wipe all this out. No, they can't do that. They got to follow those parameters. But going back, hey, brothers, pull up number 4 out of the admin. I want to just back up what you said about the money, all right? Because this is something that people really need to understand. Y'all who's listening and watching, the child support system in the United States is a scam. It's pretty much a scam. And that's what y'all don't understand. And it's a lot of different agencies involved in it, and they're making money off of the money that's being paid into the system. You think that all that money's going to the children. And that's why it's shocking that some of the mothers themselves don't even listen to this and be like, yo, I'm not even getting paid from this. Like, I'm supposed to get $50. I'm only getting $30. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be able to see that. Hey, y'all got that?
Hey, Cap, it's like a car note, bro.
No, for real. Damn.
It's like a car note.
Yo.
They taking $50 for the interest and only 20 for the principal.
Right. Right. For real, like your phone bill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You paying 30 cents here. When you look at that phone bill, that thing is retarded. It ain't even no sense. Don't even look at it. You're going to make yourself sick. Hey, bring that up real quick, y'all. We're going to read something. All right, scroll down. All right, what? I'm sorry. Let's read the top. It says the payback problem. While child support in California goes to the government instead, but it's not just California, but this one is a California article, right? So scroll down. Right here. In California last year, the state intercepted over $300 million in child support payments that should have gone to low-income children and their families. Look at the next part. This was not an anomaly. Every year, hundreds of thousands of poor children across the state receive just a fraction of the child support payments made by their parents. Okay? That's because despite having the 5th largest economy in the world, California takes all but the first $50 of every child support payment made to children who receive public benefits and uses it to reimburse the government for the cost of providing those benefits. But here's the thing. Nobody asked you to provide those benefits. There's no benefit, right? I'm going to read this next part. This unfair policy deprives poor children of critical resources, particularly children of color, and creates barriers to employment as well as ballooning debt for low-income parents, right? Because what happens is that once you can't pay child support, now they start to do what? They start to put you in arrears, right? Then they stop you from being able to, once you get in arrears now and you want to get a certain job, if you owe that money, the job won't hire you. You take your driver's license, right? You can't work for the city or the state because now they're looking at it like you might take a bribe because that's how most city and state jobs look. They look at your credit. And if your credit is crazy, they're like, nah, we can't hire you because you might take a bribe and do something or whatever. It's all stacked upon stacked. So guess what? Now that father, he's now can't get the certain work that he's supposed to get. Now he's losing money. He can't take care of his child for real now. Now it's a big problem. You see what I'm saying? And now it looks like what? That the black father is terrible. And real quick before you get back, Chris, watch this. Hey, look in the admin group again. The very last thing I put in there, I just want to post this up real quick because I think a lot of people are going to be shocked at what we're about to post up, right? And this is why this is happening to our people. And oh, man. But, hey, y'all got that? Just post that up real quick. Y'all might not have downloaded it yet. It's in the all right. Go ahead, Chris. We're going to come back to
it. And this is for the women. You don't have any rights to child support.
Right. Please tell them again. Say it again, bro.
You don't have any rights. You are giving over power of attorney of your children. And now you're inviting all type of CPS tyranny, because if you're not taking care of those children, and let's say if he stopped paying child support, right? Let's say if he just takes off and not pay child support anymore, and you're on government assistance, you can't take care of the children, it's going to trigger the CPS to come seek you out.
Right.
And it's child support for men and the CPS for women.
Damn.
The CPS system is the equivalent of child support for the men, for the women. So they're eventually going to come after you. They especially in California, they love to do black people like that in California.
Damn. That's awful.
You miss school. They are notorious for taking black children in California.
And that's a whole other thing. If they can actually get your children, especially in Texas, I've seen this as well. If they can actually get your kids into a foster care system, that's perfect for them because now they really making money off of them kids.
Yeah,
it's
now
real
there's
crazy.
a different type of child support.
Right, exactly.
The government pay it.
Oh man, bro. Hey, we're gonna put something up real quick, Chris, before you continue.
Okay.
Post that up, man. This is it's a dirty game. Check this out. Check this out, y'all. The CDC reported that black dads are actually the better fathers. Now, you would never think that based on what, and this was what, June 15th, 2024, right? Scroll. Right? Look at this. We've long known the myth about black fathers and their general lack of involvement and fitness as fathers was simply mush. Yet another way for a country fearful of black masculinity to emasculate and dehumanize brothers, right? It says, I'm a black father, and I am nothing like the black fathers you've heard about. You know, the violent ones, the absent one, the unwilling to work ones, the Nick Cannon baby in every corner of the country ones. Damn, Nick Cannon. The ones we often are when you watch a TV or a movie. Scroll down. A CDC study found that black fathers who live with their children were more likely than white or Hispanic fathers to bathe, change, or dress their children every day, more likely to eat meals with their children every day, and more likely to help their children with their homework every day. The iconic study is a decade old now and continues to be cited, and it's worth remembering as fathers across the country are celebrated, right? So we could drop that, but the point I wanted to bring out, right, and if y'all can go find that article and read it, the point I wanted to bring out is that when you have these child support cases that make it look like, oh, all these black fathers on child support, it make it look like the black fathers are running from responsibility. That's not the case. You know what I'm saying? They're there. They're in the house, and even when they're not in the home, they're taking care of their kids. They do a lot of activities with them and so on and so forth. This is facts, and this is something they don't post anywhere. You never hear about that. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to put that out to the people and let them know that a lot of this stuff is generally to break us down. Like I said, emasculate, make it look like you're not a good man, and what? That destroys marriages. When I say destroys marriage, meaning that a young sister coming up will think, why should I get married to this guy when we're going to wind up breaking up and he's going to pay? You understand what I'm saying? It becomes just a revolving door of stupidity. And
it's like a trick bag for us.
Thank you.
Because like the woman will do it in spite.
Right.
You know, not knowing that it's detrimental to her whole family.
Right.
You know, it's a whole plot against us.
Right.
You know, the marriage should be unity between man and woman, and she gets spiteful between the man and want to hurt him in some way, and she'll use the child support system, even though she's not getting none of that money. You know what I'm saying? But she'll do it to hurt him, and not knowing it's actually hurting her too.
Right.
It's crazy.
And that's very dangerous, and that's why they play those type of games, man.
Absolutely.
They play those type of games because the sisters are weaker mentally, and that's not a shot against the sisters, but it's just the truth.
Right.
That's why back in those times it was get the man out of the house so they can reform and shape the black woman's mind to think like the government and not to think on one accord with her husband. It's all a trick. That's what that goes into Psalms 83 about them having crafty counsel against us as a people. Absolutely. All of that stuff is set up to keep us down, man.
Yep, absolutely. Well, go ahead, Chris. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. Now, I'm gonna say this before I get back to my case. Now, the reason why you go to jail for not paying child support is because they have a hidden clause in the Title 4D system, the program. They have a abandonment clause, and it's a criminal offense. So when you don't pay child support to them, they assume that you have abandoned your child, and that is criminal because it goes into endangering the child. So when you don't pay your money to them, they say you abandon your child, basically like you didn't left the child at home by themselves. Just imagine you left the child at home by themselves, and you you left them at the house by themselves and they have nobody there, and the police show up and they say, where your parent? And, well, my parent gone. That's how the child support view it. That's the reason why you go to jail. It's not for paying the money, because they know that it's no more debtor's prison. So they had to come up with a clause to justify putting you in jail. And when they put you in jail, they can tax you for slave labor.
Right, in the prisons itself, because that it ties into the whole prison industrial complex. You know what I mean? And this was part of what, you know what I'm saying, a brother that we had up here, he, you know, he's fighting for reparations and so on and so forth, and they were trying to get that off of out of the 13th Amendment, right? They tried to get rid of the 13th Amendment, but it's not gonna happen, because this is how they're making money in this country, off of the prison system. So you need the 13th Amendment in place so that you can have that slave labor. You know what I mean? And how you gonna get that slave labor? You got to get it from the Black and Hispanic communities. That's the easiest way. But go ahead.
Yeah, and now it's going to come from the white community, because they have allowed these laws to get put in place in the first place, and now they're complaining about it. And it's only us, the people, the indigenous people here and the Israelites here, that's knowing how to beat the system. I haven't met one white guy that knows how to beat the system like we do.
Right.
Because we've been going through it the longest. You know what I mean? So you know, we've been going through it the longest, and now they're crying, talking about, oh, my family broken apart. Man, look, we've been going through this.
Yeah, a couple of them be getting slaughtered in the courts.
Man,
you know
they get slaughtered.
Yeah, they getting slaughtered in there. I seen them crying on there.
Man,
you know
I know judges on child support.
Yeah, I seen them.
I'm like, man, y'all don't know the law like, you know, you don't know the law like you think you do. You know what I mean? Right. But back to my case. Now, this woman argued with me the whole time on the Zoom. She knew she messed up. We get in front of the magistrate. Man, the magistrate tear her apart, man. He tears her apart. Now, this magistrate, he was very balanced in his approach. He wasn't a type of person, if you right, you right, you wrong, you wrong. If you volunteer for child support, you volunteer for child support.
Hey, I think, is that the one that was on Instagram?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, we got to put that last. Could we put the last part of it on there? You mind if we put that up there, Chris?
You can.
Yeah, but let's throw that up there real quick. Hey, go in there, put number 12 up there, because this is when the judge had to talk to her, the magistrate had to talk to her and tell her, like, yo, I don't really see what you dealing with right here. You know what I mean? And then he that was crazy. I never seen nothing like that before. Hey, number 12, y'all. All right.
Okay.
Check this out, y'all.
I know why they did that now. They did it because it was a very contested lawsuit between you and Mr. Dardy and these two kids. Okay?
Right.
And I get that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the important part. The important part is those two children still aren't having their needs met, but I'm handcuffed by the law of process, the due process and civil procedure. I'm handcuffed by that. I can't go forward in this case and get that issue settled. Okay? So Mr. Dardy may have rights to these kids. I don't know, because there's not enough information in my file to be able to answer that question for me. And Mr. Dardy's not going to swear in, and I understand he doesn't want to take part in the hearing. But so I'm just dismissing the suit. Oh, and by the way, I'm dismissing all of the suits.
Dang. Yo, hey, listen, that was crazy. Dismissing the suits, bro. Nobody's ever heard of that before. When he said dismiss the suit, they thought it was a real suit from a store. They said, "Hey, we never heard nothing like this before." How you going? But that was wild. The way he listen, you didn't you didn't swear in, right?
Yeah.
9 out of 10, that's like violation.
Yeah.
To let you know that you knew what you were doing and the judge respected it. He understood what was going on. That was some heavy stuff, bro. You got to get into that a little bit, man.
Now, what I had filed was I filed a special appearance, and he knew that I wasn't gonna swear in. I even said it in my pleadings that I wasn't gonna swear in because she had violated due process. First, I filed a restraining order to keep my kids in a certain location.
Right.
You can't now you can't just move my kids if I don't agree with you moving my kids.
That's true.
Once they live in that place, until this case is over, you're not ever moving out that place. You can move to another house. You better not move to a different city.
Right.
Moving with my kids, I could really, someone can take you to jail over there.
Yeah. A couple women have been arrested for that. Moving out of state without saying anything. Yep.
Yeah. So that was one due process violation. Next due process violation was they sent the papers to my mom's house in Louisiana. I live in Texas.
Right. So you didn't actually get the paperwork. So when that happens and you don't show up to court, they basically just do anything they want at that point because it's like you just
put you on child support.
Exactly. Just and throw any kind of number up there and everything. It's wild.
They just ask the mom, where do you work?
Damn.
Put you right on child support. She can say you work at Bank of America. You're a broker.
Oh,
man. You come in, you $20,000 in arrears.
Real talk.
You know what I mean? So I filed an affidavit saying that this woman violated my due process rights, and she sent the papers to my mom's house, and she have done this several times, and so I went back to that court. He dismissed it, and on that one, I went back to him again after that, and he dismissed it again. She did the same thing, and she did the same thing. I went back to him again another time. They never put this stuff on the internet again after that. They never put it on it. I went to that man 3 times. He dismissed. The last time he got on her worse than the video that you just seen.
Man. And one thing was good.
She almost started crying.
She should have been crying.
She almost started crying because she know that she violated my due process rights. And I told them that it's a separation of powers. You cannot bring me in this lower court. So that last time what he did was he said, hey, because this is what they do. They'll try to trick you. You say anything, hey, do you want to try this thing now? Hell no. I ain't trying nothing. You ain't gonna give me, you ain't gonna get no rulings out of me. So no, I don't want to do nothing. He said, look, I'm gonna have to take you to a higher court.
Yeah, that's how it works.
He said, I can't hear this thing every time. You can't come back to this court.
One thing I liked about what he said, hey, Mr. Dardy might have some rights to his children. I don't know that. And that was good because those are 2 separate courts. He actually made sense with that. Not too many magistrates would have said that. They would have just gone off of what the woman said. He said, listen, I don't have nothing in front of me saying that he's not supposed to have right, which was real. I never see, this guy's different. He's different. He's very different from mostly all of the other magistrates. Maybe the way
if you come correct with him, he gonna come correct with you. That's how he is.
Right.
If you volunteer, it ain't no, because he's a good judge now.
Right.
He know his stuff.
Right.
You don't. That's the type of person you don't want to sit up there and have arguments with. He know his stuff.
Right.
Some judges you can test, but some you cannot test, man. They know their stuff, man. You got to think about they do this stuff all day. So when you go to them, you need to go correct. Damn. Don't be coming up there talking about, oh, I can't afford this, man. They don't care nothing about that. You better go up there with the law. If you ain't talking about the law, they gonna run you up out of there.
Yep.
Right.
That's what keep them in line. Right. They got to play by the rules if you know a little something.
Right.
They have to.
Right.
Most of us don't know nothing though.
Yeah.
So it's
That's
like
why they don't play by the rules.
right. That whole process seemed like what you're supposed to do. You know, so if they take me to child support, it's like, oh well, all I heard is keep your receipts. So when I go there, I'm gonna bring all my receipts, show them I've been paying for diapers, show them I've been in the child's life, and then that judge, she'll understand that I've been there, but I don't even know that's not a judge. It's a magistrate. I don't even know, you know? And then when they send me to that back room, say, hey, you got to sign this, I think it's just part of the process. I don't know that I just volunteered myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You just
So
gave up incriminating evidence.
yeah, it's like I'm hitting myself on top of the head the whole time. That's crazy,
You
man.
just turned yourself in.
Yeah, you just hit yourself in the head with a sock with rocks in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey,
Homie, don't play that.
check this out real quick. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and 11. You know, that's one of our favorite chapters and verses.
Yeah.
But this is real because with the law, that's how they get you. You don't know the law. There's no way for us to know that law. It's impossible. Go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 11. Let our strength be the law of justice.
Right. Let our strength be the law of justice. That's what these people are saying. When you read in verse 1, it talks about what the wicked are saying. Let our strength be the law of justice. Right. Yeah, we can start at 10. Go ahead.
Verse 10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man.
See that? We're going to oppress the poor righteous man. Really talking about the Israelite. Go ahead.
Let us not spare the widow,
Uh-huh.
nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age.
Go ahead.
Let our strength be the law of justice.
Right.
For that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth.
Right, because you feeble. When you don't have the understanding of the law, you coming in there feeble. So when they come in there saying, hey, you go in the back room, just sign this and sign that. How much you make? Okay. Oh, okay, you make, yeah, thanks a lot. All right, boom. You hitting us with this now. That's when you don't know what the hell is going on. Right. So that's how their strength is the law.
Hey, in verse 10, it's showing you off the top, they don't care who it is.
Right.
They don't care if it's the woman. They don't care if it's the child. They don't
Yep.
care if it's the old man with the gray hairs.
Yep.
They all treating us the same, and they working us according to the law, man.
That's right.
It's not right.
That's right.
They don't care. They don't care. That's one thing they don't do is care.
That's one thing they don't do is care.
And man, that Bible verse there, man, that hit different, man.
Yeah.
You know, that hit different. That's spot on, man. And I went in there my last time about 3 weeks ago. And because he had told me that last time, he said, man, I gotta get you to a higher court, man. That's just what I gotta do. I can't dismiss it no more.
Mm-hmm.
So I never gave up jurisdiction. It took these people like 2 years to even sniff the jurisdiction issue. I went to the higher court and I still did the same thing. Filed a special appearance, filed some citation of some laws, you know, and I backed my point. So I went in there. I told this judge, I said, look, I'm not giving up jurisdiction. I'm here by special appearance.
Okay, so when you say jurisdiction, just let us know exactly what that means. In regards to jurisdiction, what does that mean?
Jurisdiction is the court's ability to hear and rule over the case.
Okay.
So why I do a jurisdiction, why I challenge the jurisdiction, is because now in jurisdiction, I'm gonna say this: you have subject matter jurisdiction, meaning whether it's criminal, civil, or family, right? I challenge subject matter jurisdiction because family court and child support court is two different things.
Right.
Family child support court is equivalent to what somebody just said. It's equivalent to a what?
Car note?
A car. Oh yeah.
We supposed to be in this court? How you mixing a car note, equivalent of a car note, and bringing it into family court?
Right.
So you're not about to get me. You not about to get me. You said the Constitution said it's equivalent of a commercial debt.
Well, hold on. Well, Chris, you know what? And you just saying that, right? And I don't want to. We kind of putting a pin in it for a second because I want to know what made you. And this is probably we should have asked this first. What made you? Because a lot of people fight against it, right? They get a lawyer, and the lawyer try to get them the best possible situation. But what made you actually dive into this and really start to dissect the Title 4D, figure out what courts, this, that, and the third? Because that's a lot. Yeah. I know many smart brothers, they don't even think to do that. So my thing is, what made you do that?
I'm going to be honest. I've always been gifted when it comes to law.
Okay.
But this Israelite brother, he taught me everything.
Really? All right.
He taught me everything. He was just so good. I just watched his videos. And I started putting two and two together. And that's how I started off. Okay. He taught me everything. This guy named Yah is Magnified.
Yah is Magnified. Okay.
He's on YouTube. He is the one that taught me so much. You know, he's an Israelite brother.
Okay.
And he is very good at it. Very good. He know the system like the back of his hand. That's all he do. So I followed his steps, but at the time I was taking care of my children. I didn't have the money to pay him. So he say, if you don't have the money to pay me, just watch my videos. Mm-hmm. I watched his videos. I gained the concept. And I also looked at another guy named Child Support Made Simple on YouTube.
So just based on these YouTube videos, you were able to put together your defense, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Hey,
yeah.
That's heavy.
And then I started looking up some laws myself, you know, and developing my own ways of doing things off what I learned from those guys. And so when I did that, I just started drafting my own papers. And when I started drafting my own papers, at first, I was okay. But the more you find out about child support, the more you can develop your paperwork.
Right.
So I draft up my stuff, I beat them with my stuff, and I start helping other people.
All praises.
You know, I started helping other people do the same thing, you know. And so when I went into that court, I said, if this a commercial debt, and is equivalent of a car note.
Oh man.
And I'm in family court. And family court is a private court. Commercial debt is a public court. Aren't you commingling the public and the private?
This is crazy. Hold on. Pull up commercial debt. All right, y'all should already have brought that up. Pull that up real quick because it's important to know exactly what commercial debt is because I've never heard that before, right? So if they're saying that child support is a commercial debt, then that kind of changes everything. That's because I'm looking at the meaning right now. It's another level. Mm-hmm. But Chris, you've been on it, man. I guess the brothers who Yah is Magnified and the other brother, I guess they was on it because this make a lot
Yah
of
is
sense.
Magnified. He's the best one.
This is crazy.
Hands down.
Hey, y'all found that? All right. Yeah. Yeah. Blow that up or something.
It says commercial debt is money a business owes to another business or financial institution.
Stop. So now, if child support is a commercial debt, first of all, that individual is not a business. He's supposed to pay another person. So this whole business thing don't make sense. Where's the financial institution that's supposed to be paid? None of that has anything to do with a person taking care of their child.
Mhm.
Yeah, look at that. It's also known as business debt or non-consumer debt. What does that have to do with paying child support? Can't make it up.
That violates, because you have a birth certificate
Right.
and you're recognized as a business.
Really?
So the first thing you got to do is you got to separate yourself from that birth certificate.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. But, okay, so, all right, this is getting crazy. So with a birth certificate, a regular person is considered a business?
Yes. You're considered a corporation.
All right.
You're not even alive. A business can't be alive.
This is crazy. This is weird. This
So
is
the
weird.
first thing I do when I go in there, I always separate myself from that birth certificate.
And how do you
I'm
do
not. I fill out an affidavit. It's called an affidavit of non-corporate existence.
Wow.
Of
That works?
non-corporate existence.
Wow.
And I separate myself from that birth certificate. And they know I do it. I'm not a business. So why are you as a business bringing a charge against the living?
Yo, this is insane.
And me and that judge, we argued about that. And I got him so upset when I was in the court. And I said another thing. In these people in the child support petition, they have in the interest of my children name. Right? It's a case called Troxel versus Granville, ruled in 2001 here in Texas. It said the government can't have any interest in the child.
Wow. Hey, well, hold on. Let's put that up for a second. I'm gonna hey y'all, I'll tell them to look it up because a little slow over here, bro. Just forgive us. It says
okay.
Y'all got it. There you go. That looked like it. Okay, there you go. Yeah, y'all gonna be all right one day. I like what y'all doing right now. Y'all actually pulled this up. Go ahead, read.
It says an affidavit of non-corporate existence
Right.
is a sworn statement declaring that a particular entity
meaning Chris Dardy. Go ahead.
does not legally exist as a corporation, meaning it has not been formally registered
Right.
or incorporated as a business under the law.
Right.
Essentially, it confirms that the entity is not a company in the legal sense.
Exactly. Because in order for you to have a company, right, you have to actually fill out corporate papers, articles of incorporation, so on and so forth. So then how do they you can't make this up. This is real wild. This is real. Go ahead, Chris.
These people are wicked people. They trick you. They do anything to get you in their jurisdiction. They do anything. These people are devilish.
Oh yeah, diabolical.
These people are devilish. These people are evil people in these courts. And the Bible say that lawyers and judges, these people will be the main people against you in the end times. And these people are crooked. These people are wicked. These people will do anything to break your family apart, to empower a man or a woman as a obligee for you to be the obligor to their corporation, for you to be a slave in their system.
Right. Hey, check this out. Let's get a scripture on that real quick. Let's get Psalms 94. Psalms 94 and 20. Go ahead.
The book of Psalms, chapter 94 and verse 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law?
Right. So you taking pure foolishness and making it into a law, where you call the person an entity or a person a corporation. That's impossible because you have to get articles of incorporation. You got to go through a whole thing to create a business. So now all of a sudden, out of the womb, in order for you to be able to press on these people to get money, now you calling them a corporation and making that a law. That's why the scriptures say what it's saying. Shall the throne of iniquity, of sin, have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law? You can't make it up. For real. Hey, Chris, you there? Did we lose him?
I'm here.
Okay,
Sorry.
there you go. All right, no problem.
Sorry.
Just want to make sure we didn't lose you, bro. But go ahead.
Sorry. So me and this judge, we go back and forth. I'm not a corporation. That's not my name. That's not how you spell my name. My name is not in all capital letters. English masters said any name in all capital letters is a corporation. I'm not a corporation. Don't call me that. Don't refer to me to that. My name is Chris. Don't call me that name on a piece of paper.
Damn.
Don't. You violating. You separate is a separation of powers. It's we're in the wrong jurisdiction. And on your people's petition, they said that they have an interest in the children. Now, the state of Texas ruled that you can't have an interest in the child at all. Now, which one? He said he got so mad. He said they don't have an interest in your child. Guess what he said they have an interest in?
The money?
The state.
And what they meant by that?
Your child is a corporation of the state.
Well, bruh, due to us being in captivity, because we are in captivity here in Babylon, right, which is America. The Lord told us this a long time ago, man, that when we went into slavery, that this was going to happen. Give me Deuteronomy 28 real quick, and just hold where you at. I don't want you to forget what you're about to say, but I just want to read this so that people know exactly the things that we're going through. Don't think this is just like, oh, it's something that's just happening. The Lord it's not a coincidence. The Lord has told us these things. He just didn't say exactly what it was going to be. But this is just part
I'm going to go off camera real quick.
Go ahead.
I'm going to come right back.
Go ahead. Read. Give us Deuteronomy 28. Let's start at 48.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee,
right,
in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things.
Right, so we're going to serve our enemies, right? We're going to serve our enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, right? In hunger, in thirst, and in nakedness, right? So that in slavery, we had to get all those things from the slave master. But look at this, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he has destroyed thee, right? But now I want to talk about serving our enemies because we're serving them through the child support. They're making money off of it, right? They're making the millions of dollars that they intercepted, right? And using it for whatever they want to use it for, all right? Read 49.
Verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth.
Right, that's Esau. Go ahead.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
This is what I want. Go ahead.
A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old.
Which shall not regard the person of the old, just like we read it in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2. Go ahead.
Nor show favor to the young.
Nor show favor to the young. That's why he's saying that we don't care about your child per se. You know what I'm saying? We looking at them as a corporation and we must make money off of them.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? But go ahead. Crazy. Go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
So he said now that automatically violates if your documents say my child are the interest, but they can't have an interest in the child, but the state is the interest. that means my children belongs to the state.
Right.
Who gave you the authority to give my children to the state? You got to think about that.
Yeah, it's heavy stuff.
Who gave you the authority to give my children to the state? Who gave you the authority to file a lawsuit against the father with my children in it? Who gave you the authority to do that? That's what the mother do when she signed up for child support.
Right. And I think most of the women, they don't know exactly what's going on, right? They thinking it's just, this is just something to do. A lot of them using it as a weapon, like you brought out earlier, officer, right? But they don't understand the fullness of it. I'm gonna read something out the scriptures, and then I want to go to a quick video with the sister, what a sister was talking about. Give me Nehemiah chapter 9, in verse 36, right? Because again, just going back into what we read in Deuteronomy 28, part of our captivity here, part of our punishment here, right? And we coming to the end of it, like the Lord said, you have come to the end. Now we looking to gather ourselves together and get back to the Lord, right? But this is part of it while we here serving this captivity. Well, go ahead, verse 36.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 9 and verse 36. Behold, we are servants this day,
Right.
and for the land that thou givest unto our fathers,
Right.
to eat the fruit thereof.
Right, because this land was given to us, right? When you read in Ezekiel chapter 35, it says that the Americas, well, it doesn't say the word Americas, it says these two countries, right? But the Americas and that land over there that's known as Israel, where the fakers is at, those are our two lands that was given to us. So right here it says that we are servants this day, and for the land that thou gavest unto our fathers. Go ahead.
Unto our fathers to eat the fruit thereof, and the good thereof, behold, we are servants in it.
Right, we servants in it. Go ahead.
And it yieldeth much increase unto the kings whom thou hast set over us because of our sins. Also, they have dominion over our bodies.
Right. That's what I wanted to read for you, Chris. Also, they have dominion over our bodies. They got power over our bodies. That's how come they're able to do that and say, hey, no. Oh, I'm going to, on behalf of your children in the state, we're going to sue you, or we're going to hit you for child support. Oh, you have to take the blah, blah, blah. Let me not say it, because last time I said something, we the whole show got snatched off.
Yeah,
But,
don't do
right?
that. Don't do
I'm
that.
going to stay quiet. But the point is that they have power over our bodies because what? They got the strength in the law to just say whatever they want to say, right? And let me just pull up this video real quick, because it was a sister who was saying how they're trying to make the black women and Hispanic women go and do what? Bring their children to child support.
Yeah, and that point that you made was heavy, because it also gave the answer on what it was saying. It was saying because of our sins, because
Right.
of our disobedience, because of our lack of knowledge.
Right.
That's why this type of stuff happened.
That's right.
Because if we conducted ourselves as the people, this stuff wouldn't exist.
Right.
Even now, if we turned around and start conducting ourselves as the people of this book, this wouldn't even exist in our communities. Single parent households wouldn't exist. Child support wouldn't exist
Right.
if marriage was instituted the
That's
right
right.
way.
Right, absolutely, and that's the whole point of this, right? To build families, and so that's the great thing about having you on, Chris, because our sisters need to see this as well, because the brothers been getting smashed up, and a couple of sisters be getting tore up in the court.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because of you, I found out a couple of sisters. This is my first time actually hearing women getting destroyed in the court system over child support. But the more of our people understand what this whole scam is about, we got to start building the family back, being at least able to speak to one another. Because guess what? Before the breakup, y'all at least had some love for each other. You should be able to have a conversation and say, okay, I'm gonna pay you on this day, or on this week, or on this month. It shouldn't be to nothing to where you got to go to the court system to get paid. That should never happen, right? That should never happen.
Now, if you decide to leave your family let's say if this man, he never done nothing to you, it's just irreconcilable differences, right?
Right.
You have to provide for yourself. When that child is over his house, he provide for that child.
Right.
When that child over your house, you provide for that child.
Right, which is
that's what the Supreme Court said. That's what original child support is.
Exactly, that's true. That was really what it was supposed to be back in the days. That's what it was when the family split. Matter of fact, I heard this, that when there used to be a split in the family, that the children would stay with the father.
Yeah,
they wouldn't go with the mother. They would stay with the father. Because the father was the one that was going to pay anyway, so they might as well stay with the father. He take care of and it goes on to say that what after that you see that what fathers are the better single parent. This is not a punch or a hit or a strike against the sisters, but that's just the reality of it, right?
Yeah,
that's just the reality. Is this
women need that masculine presence?
Yes,
to keep the stability in the household.
There you
go. When they're alone, women are social creatures. They have to be around people in order to get that motivation. Men aren't like that. We're self-motivated. We don't get emotional because the child is jumping off the bed. We're gonna let the child just jump off the bed.
Yeah, until we put hands to him.
Yeah. We'll let you learn the consequences on your own. I don't have to tell you everything. You'll figure it out by yourself. But women, because they such good teachers, to the children, they want to manage everything. You know what I mean? And daddy let you kind of figure out life, how it is, how things gonna go. Men will let nature be the teacher. Women are there to teach the children in their adolescent ages of life. Men are there to teach the children how to navigate the life.
Okay, I like the way you put that. In regards to the mothers having them young at the younger stages, trying to nurture them, but now when it's time to really learn 1 + 1 and really get out there and do it, that's daddy time. That's daddy time.
Mama gonna be like, Mama, you watch out now. You can't be out in the street, and Daddy gonna teach you if you want to be out in the street. This is what you got to do.
Right. So yeah, listen, let's pull up number 6 real quick, y'all. Number 6. All right. Pull that up real quick. It says, sister says black women are being used to get brothers on child support. This is coming from a sister. All right. Y'all got that? Make sure y'all put that disclaimer up there, man.
Yeah.
It's our brother Phil Scott.
Stop it. Put the disclaimer up.
There you go.
There you go.
A lot of us have spoke about history and how, when the welfare system came in, they did not want a man in the household, especially in the black community. Now, what I have found out in other communities, they do have men in the household, and somehow they get around that, requirement, of, having the men there. But this woman's going to focus on the child support aspect of it, and that when they go down there for a certain help, they want to force them to put the dad on child support, even though they have no issues or problems. Let's go ahead and roll that.
Now, I am out and about in the community, and so we're going to answer this question that was just asked.
So, yes, you are absolutely right. Here in 2022, right now, if a mother had an accident, she went to go get some insurance for Medicaid. They told her, well, we see that you have some kids here, but we don't see no child support. She said, well, I don't need no child support because their father and I are good. Well, they said, well, the only way that we can help you with Medicaid is you put them on child support. So She say, well, you mean to tell me, even though me and their father are good, he take care of his kids, the only way that you can help me is for me to hurt him and put him on child support when he already take care of his kids? And they said, yes.
Now there's the answer right from the street.
There you go.
Prime example.
From the community.
From the community. You see all my women around me?
From
Black
the
ladies, we're
community.
being used. You're being used.
A lot of these issues that you hear.
Hit pause. She said, yo, right from the streets. And then the sister said, you know what? The community. She wanted to make sure it was come down nice. Right, from the community, right? Because it's important that the sisters step up like that. They got to be able to hold it down. If the man is taking care of business, why would you want to do that to him? It's not about hurting the man. It's about y'all taking care of these children and making sure the children can see their father in his best light, right?
The main interest.
Exactly. So, yeah, but go ahead, Chris.
Only thing you have to do, if the man not taking care of his child, don't file for child support, the child support enforcement. Just file a petition in the court and tell a judge to order him to pay child support. And the money won't go to the state. It will just go strictly to you. Now the judge going to have to find, now if you withholding the child and stuff like that, they're not going to give you child support.
So wait a minute. So you saying that there's a way that the father would pay the money and it goes directly to the mother?
Yeah. Only thing they have to do is just go, and this is more effective than the Title 4D program, because the Title 4D program, you don't have any rights, so they don't have to pay you. They don't. If you go straight to a judge and they find out that he doesn't take care of his children, he's going to pay that child support, or you're really going to go to jail for violating a court order. So from a judge. So you don't have to go to the Title 4D program to do the child support. Just go straight to the court. Don't go to a program that's getting incentivized, and you're really, honestly, you're really feeding those people over there in that country that acting like us. Well, that's who you're feeding.
Damn.
You're not feeding. That money crazy. Is going straight to them.
Wow.
That money is going. All this money, all these programs, they came up with that stuff.
Right. But Chris, let me ask you this: you think that if they were to go into, say, a family court, would they allow them to do that? Because it looked like they forcing everybody.
Yeah, that's what they do in divorces. The divorce child support in divorce child supports in administrative child support is two different things. So if you break up, you don't pay the state. You pay you pay the person.
Okay.
That sounds like some fine print right there.
Yeah, that's right.
So even if a man, if she's not taking care of a child, if she not taking care of a child, you go put her butt on child support in a court. You don't have to go to the Title 4D program. Now when you do when you put her on child support in the court, now all your due process rights are granted. Now in these administrative courts, it's not. Your due process rights are not fully intact in these administration courts. So what you got to do is, first, if you go try to put them on child support and they found out you withholding a child, you're not getting no child support.
Right.
So if this man's sitting up here asking for his child and you're not giving them to him, you're not getting child support.
Right, and that makes sense, because generally what happens when you go through the regular child support program, if you're not seeing your children, they don't do anything about it. They're not concerned. They're like, oh yeah, they ain't got nothing to do with us. You know what I mean? So based on what you saying, it makes sense. Meaning that what? They're gonna go, they're enforcing both sides. So if you have to pay and you need to pay, cool, they're gonna enforce. If you're not seeing your children, then they're gonna enforce that. But that's what a real situation would be.
What they're gonna do is, if he's getting his child 50% of the time, you're not getting child support either.
Right.
Because he's paying for his child when he's with his child. And let's say if he's getting his child 50% of the time, but he still don't have the money to take care of the child, and you have to send money over there to help with the child, then you can go to court and make him pay you your money back for him not being able to support his own child, or you not being able to support your child. He can file a claim against you and make you give him his money back if he's supporting the child on your time. That's how a child support originally was supposed to be, between two parents. So it's always was righteous and just. If you're not taking care of your child, you deserve to be on child support. And I don't care which one. Hold on. I don't care which one that you be on. If you're not taking care of your child, you deserve to be on child support. I don't care which one.
Yeah.
You know.
And that sounds fair what you're saying, Chris. The second one, and like someone like myself, I didn't know there was a difference between the two. You know, I didn't even know there was two. So like what's fair is like if I got my child for 50%, or I got my child these days, I'm gonna feed my child with the food that's in my house these days.
Right.
The same thing with the woman. When she has the children, she's gonna feed the children with the food she has those days. Now, what's fair is, hey, guess what? Daycare, we might have to split on that. That's expensive. You know what I'm saying? And maybe some I buy them some clothes, not even clothes, maybe daycare, something like that, to where it's we both might want to pitch in on that. You know, but that Title 4D child support, it's nothing fair about that.
Right.
It's that they want to. The first time I ever got introduced to child support was with my own father, right? I think I was about 15 at the time, so I was able to comprehend what was going on. He showed me. He said, "Hey, son, come here." He said, "Let me show you what your mom doing to me." And I was like, "All right." He showed me his rent. I was like, "Cool, about a couple $700." You know what I'm saying? This a while back, and then he showed me his paycheck. You know what I'm saying? I think he made like $450 at the time, a week or whatever. And then he showed me the child support. He said, this how much they're taking away from me. And at the end of the day, at the end of the month, he was left with $200. He said, "Son, I ain't even ate yet." Right. And me being 15, I said, damn, I'm going to go move with my dad. And I moved with him based upon what he showed me. And I started helping him pay bills with the little Foot Locker job I had because he needed help, you know. But I'm thinking at the time, like, how come I know he need help, and why wouldn't they divvy that out a little different, you know? But like you're saying, they don't care. They don't care about that, you know? And so now, as you explain it, it makes sense. It makes sense. I hear like many recurring cases of men saying, "Well, man, they taking me for this, that, and the third. They telling me just go get another job if I can't survive." Like that's how cold they are, man. So that the second way you explaining, going straight toward the court to where they divvy things out fair, that sound like the way. That sound like
it's called an Article 3, or judge ordered child support. It's called an Article 3 child support order, or a judge ordered child support. So basically, they will make sure your rights are intact and you're not getting the bad end of the stick when it comes to your child, custody, stuff like that. So that's what I recommend people to do. Don't just go up there to the Title 4D program, because it's a computer that's, you know, it's a computer that's compute everything, and that's telling you what you need to pay. You know, it's not a human doing it.
No, real
so with the instance, for instance, with your dad could have went and got another job, right?
He was gonna hit that.
He hit that too.
Your mom could have said, "I need a modification."
Yep. That's exactly what was going to happen. That's exactly. Matter of fact,
they was going to up the child support, and
Chris,
that $200 was just going to turn to another. He'll have $400 left over, but guess what? He's going to be paying more in gas money.
Yep, he gonna have $350 left over.
No, because what happens is as soon as your Social Security hits, they're gonna wind up garnishing that money anyway. She wouldn't even need to do upward modification or anything like that. As soon as it hits, boom, they start taking a percentage out of that as well. So that's already set up.
They're gonna hit that, man.
And the crazy thing is, when going back to what you were saying about your dad, officer, look at the position it puts the father in. Now he has to go and explain to his son. Why do you think he had to explain that? Because he wants you to know, hey, all of the little extras and stuff that you could normally get and how we could chill, we can't do that right now because of this. You see, so you put the father in. No father wants to talk to their child like that. No father wants to do that. No father wants to have that conversation. The father wants to just be able to go up and of course, as a father, you can't do every little thing your child wants. You can't spend bread every 2 seconds. But certain things, now you got to explain. Oh, now look what your mom did. Look at what this is. This is what a lot of brothers. You think his father's the only one that did that? Yeah, to sit down and explain.
Yeah. And now, if I was his father at the time, I would have filed a motion to terminate the child support.
Well, man, come on, bro. You a lawyer right now. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else know how to do this. You,
yeah.
You got to go around and teach the world.
Terminate the child support order because I have custody of my child, and so that means I'm sending money to somebody for no reason.
Hey, bro, we've heard cases, or I've known of a personal case. I known a person personally, right? I know of a case personally where the man had custody of his child and was still paying child support to the mother. Even when he went to court and said, what's going on? There's got to be a mistake because I have my child with me. And they're like, no, everything's fine. Now get out of here, nigga.
Hey, my money better be here on the 1st and the 15th.
Exactly. Exactly.
But man, I enjoyed talking to y'all, man. I have to get off.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We appreciate
my phone
you,
dying, man.
Your mom? All right. I'm sorry to hear that, my brother. Sorry to hear that.
But man, I really enjoyed talking to y'all. Hopefully I can come back on and we can talk about some custody next time.
Yeah. You're gonna have to train us up, man. As a nation, when I say us, I'm talking about everybody who watches, because I think this is a lot of great well, it's not thinking, it's a lot of great information. A lot of brothers are going through a lot of madness with their child support, and like I said, we just found out some sisters is going through it, which I had never heard of until we said we're going to do this show.
The sisters in about the next another 10 years, there ain't gonna be no brothers on child support. They said they want the women to be strong and independent, and the women going to college, they making more money. And guess what's going to happen? Damn. The roles are going to reverse.
You're right.
The women are going to be paying the child support.
No, that's heavy.
And the men not.
It's going to turn into big girls.
Yeah. These brothers going to start saying, I need help with Pampers.
I need help with diapers and Pampers.
Yeah, that's real crazy from a man's mouth. Yeah, but this is what it's going to turn into.
And guess what? The women are going to be on. It's starting to happen more and more. You see more women on child support, and you know the world's coming to a
right. Real talk. Yeah, you're right about that.
It's bad when it get like that, man. Yep. They say they want the women to work. You know, and that goes back to those people who's acting like us as well.
Yeah.
You know, that goes back to them too.
Us out of order benefits everyone but us. That's it.
Right.
It benefits everybody else. When our nation and our people is out of whack and out of order, everybody else prospers while we continue to fall. And that's the real solution. The real solution is to come back to this. Come back to the book. Come back to your nationality, your culture, your heritage. 80% of the people that's paying child support, their kids is out of wedlock.
Yeah, that's a lot of it.
So when you stop that, guess what? You eliminate child support. When you marry honorably, you stop it.
And that's so important what you just said. people that are married don't pay Title 4D child support.
Yeah.
You have to go through a judge to get it.
That would never happen.
You do the right things, then we won't have to worry about that. We wouldn't have to mourn over these type of issues if we just go about things the right way, you know. And that's why they set these type of things up. That's why they have those type of councils amongst each other.
Hey, hold on. You just said something. You got the scripture?
Yeah. Go ahead. I was gonna read something. Go ahead.
Oh, what you gonna read?
No, I wasn't gonna read that. Go ahead.
Yo,
go ahead, read it.
let me get Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4 because you said something about being out of wedlock, right?
Mm-hmm.
Check this out. Before you go, Chris, listen to this. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4 verse 6. Watch this.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4 and verse 6. For children begotten of unlawful beds are witnesses of wickedness against their parents in their trial.
You see that? For children begotten of unlawful beds, meaning what? Married out of wedlock, are witnesses of wickedness against their parents in their trial.
Damn.
So guess what? When we do stuff like that and the Most High come and drop this child support stuff on us, it's an actual what? It's a judgment.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? We have to recognize that. Although the system is foul, the Lord uses the so-called white man, who's known as Esau. He uses him as the whip against us, as that sword against us. So that's why we're saying we have to come back to the laws of God. We have to be married. We have to raise up our families. Therefore, we're not going to deal with this part of it. You know what I'm saying? Lord's will. So, Chris, we know you got to go. We don't want to hold you.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So, Lord's will. You know what I mean?
Brother, man,
That
y'all
was perfect.
y'all just know how to pull them scriptures, man. It's just, it's like you remember them, like, you know, it's like it's one for every situation.
There's one for everything.
There is a
There
scripture
is
for
one
everything,
for
bro.
everything, bro.
Hell yeah. And we find them. Yo,
There's
Chris,
y'all just amazing, man. Just
hey, bro, this could be you too, bro. Just follow us, bro. Follow us. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Study. The Lord will give it to you, bro. Just like
Straight
how you picked out them laws and you because that's like an amazing thing. But the thing is, when you keep the commandments, the Lord said, when you keep the commandments, all this is gonna come on to you. You're gonna remember all them scriptures. You're gonna build your spirit.
now let me tell y'all something before I go.
Yes, sir.
And I'm gonna tell y'all something real good.
Let's hear it.
In 1984, I'm gonna tell y'all something real good. So y'all always tell anybody. In 1980, 84, something like that. I forgot whoever the president was at that time.
Reagan?
But
Jimmy Carter?
they
Okay.
took to the Congress. They took the Bible to Congress. And the Bible was labeled as factual by Congress. Now, this separates everything. This is a tool. Now, these people do a lot of bad, but they have to do good to balance out the stuff that they do. So every now and then is some advantage that they try to put out there. The Bible is recognized as fact in a court of law.
Except for when we come in there with it.
Oh no, use it. I have seen people beat cases by only using Bible scripture.
Yeah.
You can go in there with now. It will make some judges mad. It will. It will. They will be enraged because they get their statutes cannot. Their statutes cannot be in contradiction of the Bible with the Bible.
Right.
So it's some brothers that use only the Bible to beat the legal system. So the Constitution, our laws come from the Bible.
Oh, 100%.
In America.
Yep.
It comes from the Bible. All the laws that's in America, that's activated in America, it comes from biblical scriptures.
Yeah, that's why they call it the judicial laws, because it comes from Judah.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
So if you find scriptures in that Bible, and if you really need help in court and you can't understand these laws, and you don't know how to research the laws, just go to the Bible.
Mm-hmm. All praises, bro. All praises.
Yeah, man.
So, yes, sir. Give it up for our brother Chris Dardy. All right.
Give it up. Give it up.
We're gonna have you back for real though. We're gonna have you back for real.
Have me back, man.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate y'all. I really do. And everybody be safe, everybody be careful.
Yeah.
You know, and keep studying. And man, this very special to me, man. It really is.
All praise.
And I really appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Yeah,
bro.
we appreciate you too, bro. Thanks
All
for
right.
coming on, man.
Yes, sir. Be safe, all right?
Now we ain't got to reload the gun no more. We got to do the whole show.
Right.
All praises.
Have a good one, y'all.
You
You as well, brother.
All praises, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
we learned a lot about that little system today, man.
Hey,
It's
for real.
dirty, it's cold, and it's man, if you don't know, they don't really care, man.
Nah,
they really
shit.
don't care.
Hey, they don't care if you know.
Not for real. They coming straight forward. But an excellent point that was brought up is about the family, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people out there, they hear stories like this, and the first thing they say is, "Oh man, I don't want to have no family. I don't want to have a child because the woman might flip on me." No.
I hear that a lot.
Yeah. No. We're not going to do that. Let's get Psalms 127 because we're going to talk about the family. We the whole point of this show is to show you the wiles of the devil. You know what I'm saying? How Satan moved, how Esau is moving out there. That's what we're talking about. But now when you're talking about building the family, this is of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Getting married, having children. This is of the Lord. All right, let me get Psalms 127 and start in verse 3.
The book of Psalms, chapter 127 and verse 3. Lo, children are a heritage of the Lord, and the fruit of the womb is his reward.
You heard that? The fruit of the womb is his reward.
Right.
The children are reward. That's a beautiful thing. Read on.
As arrows are in the hand of a mighty man, so are children of the youth.
Damn. As arrows are in the hand of a mighty man, so are children of the youth, right? Meaning what? You're a young man, young woman, y'all get together, have children. That's excellent according to the Lord. Read verse 5.
Verse 5. Happy is the man that has his quiver full of them.
Full of what? Those arrows, those children. Right? Go ahead.
They shall not be ashamed, but they shall speak with the enemies in the gate.
The reason he's saying they're not going to be ashamed is because what? They're going to be teaching their children the commandments the entire time. Get that real quick. Right? So now your children are going to be what? They're going to be a reflection of you because you put into them, you teaching them how to move and keep the laws of God, right? And it says what? They shall speak with the enemies in the gate. Go ahead.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6 and verse 6.
Yep.
And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children.
Right.
And shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house.
Right.
And when thou walkest by the way.
Right.
And when thou liest down.
Right.
And when thou risest up.
That means everywhere. Right? You're going to be teaching your children the laws of God everywhere y'all at. Meaning what? It might not be that you're going to point out, but you're going to take every circumstance that goes on and you're going to apply the law to it. Right? Like the brother just said, man, it seems like there's a scripture for everything because there is literally a scripture for every single thing.
Right.
All right. Well, go ahead, y'all.
Yeah, go back to Psalms 127 right quick. Because that was beautiful what Capt brought out. But let's read verse 1.
The book of Psalms, chapter 127 and verse 1.
Come on.
Except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain that build it.
You see, if the Lord don't build the house, then it's in vain. What does it look like when the Lord building the house? It's being built. You building your house on the principles of the commandments. You getting yourself together. You getting yourself right. You getting married, and you actually teaching the children. But if you don't do it that way, it's all for nothing, and it all comes crumbling down, and that's where child support come in at.
Mm-hmm.
That's where your judgments come in at, because you ain't doing it the right way. It's going to fall if it's not of the Lord. That's what the scriptures say. Read on.
Except the Lord keep the city, the watchman waketh but in vain.
He said, unless the Lord is watching out for you, because the scriptures say the joy of the Lord is our strength. He look out for the ones. It says Proverbs, 30 and 5? Go to Proverbs 30 and 5 right quick. I don't want to butcher it. I'm going to read it again right here. It says, except the Lord keep the city, the watchman waketh but in vain. Meaning if you ain't doing it the right way according to the Bible, your watchmen they're like dogs that don't even bark.
Right.
Read that.
The book of Proverbs chapter 30 and verse 5.
Come on.
Every word of God is pure.
Uh-huh.
He is a shield unto them that put their trust in him.
He is a protector of them that put their trust in him. So if you're not doing it the way that he's saying to do it, then it's all wrong. It's all in vain. You wonder why you keep on getting hit upside the head with the lock in the sock.
Right.
Because you're not doing it the right way.
Right.
You keep on worried why your pocket got a hole in it. Because you're not doing it the right way. You wondering why you get paid $850 and walk away with $200 a month. Because you're not doing it the right way. The Lord ain't keeping the city. The Lord ain't waking your watchmen. That's just the way that it is, because you're not doing it the right way.
Right. Yeah. Hey, real quick, Officer Judy, give me Genesis 1. Let me get Genesis 1, and we're gonna start at verse 27, right? Because this is, having those children and all of that, this is part of the duty of man. You know what I'm saying? When we look at Genesis, we read, but we don't really understand what the Lord God set up for us having these children. Check this out.
The book of Genesis chapter 1 and verse 27. So God created man in his own image, and in the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them.
Right. So this is a male and a female created he them, and what? They were married, a husband and a wife. They wasn't just a couple of people around and they seen each other and started kicking it. No. He took Eve and gave it to Adam. Said, yo, this is your wife. Read.
And God blessed them.
Uh-huh.
And God said unto them, be fruitful, and multiply.
And multiply what? Multiply people. We need more people. Go ahead.
And replenish the earth.
And replenish the earth, right? Because what? We have people born. We got people die. We need more people to be born. So you can't, don't hear this now and say, oh, I'm not going to have a family. I'm not going to have children because I might go to child support. No, that don't make sense. What does make sense is what? You a righteous man, you find a righteous sister, and what? You're going to prove a friend.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
You're going to prove a friend, and y'all going to learn each other first before getting married.
Mm-hmm.
The reason a lot of us go and we suffer from child, because we don't really know who we with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You met a chick in the club. Now, this is real. You met the chick in the club. Y'all happened to hit it off all right.
Right.
Y'all wound up having sex. She had a baby. Y'all was together like 2-3 years. She realized, you know what? I don't like his shape up.
Right.
I don't like the way his shape up look. And guess what? I don't like his pants. Like Pop the Balloon.
Right.
They be on there like, I don't like your pants. Pop your joint. Now all of a sudden, what? Now all of a sudden you in the courts. You know what I mean? But this is what it is, y'all. We gotta what? We gotta keep the commandments. We gotta get married. You gotta have family.
Right.
Yeah. But how you gonna know what marriage is about if you're not amongst the people that's really gonna teach you what marriage is about?
Right.
That's why we tell y'all gotta get back to the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? We don't tell everybody, hey, join IUIC, Israel United in Christ. Okay, that's gonna sound crazy. Oh, y'all must join us. But we're probably the best at it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When it comes to teaching marriage, teaching family. You know what I'm saying? And we feel good in saying that. You know what I'm saying? That's something to brag about, that we teach family, because most of the other Israelite groups don't teach it. They teach multiple wives. That doesn't exist in the Bible.
They teach Pop go to Weasel because the Weasel went Pop.
Right. You're right. They teaching all manner of stupidity.
Right.
And again, for the brothers out there in the different Israelite groups who's really trying to hold it down, then all praises to the Lord.
Yeah.
The ones who's working outside of the scriptures, we don't got time for BS.
Right.
We getting too close to the end. We need brothers and sisters to do what? Repent and keep it so we can see Christ. So I'm just going to tell them to join Israel United in Christ. You might as well. We're going to do it like Donald Trump. You might as well.
Yeah.
You might as well join IUIC. Do that. Go ahead. What you
Hey,
got?
you think of because I came from that same mindset, Cap.
Right.
The mindset was after I seen my dad check dwindle like that, I said, man, I'm taking every measure not to have no children.
Right.
You
Right.
know, that was that. I waited till I was 30 years old to have my first child. You know what I'm saying? Because I was scared of that child support thing too. But then guess what?
Well, I wish I wasn't scared of child support. I didn't know nothing about it.
I wouldn't either.
So I had a kid early.
I was
I
scared,
wouldn't
man.
have
I was
known nothing
scared of
about
that
it
thing. But when you come into the scripture, I ain't scared no more. Now I got 5 kids. I didn't even want you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of kids now, but that comes from the mindset change right here.
He said more and more.
So guess what? I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone like this. This that crafty counsel. This how they attack the poor secret. We gonna put them on child support. We gonna destroy that man, right?
Right.
Now that's gonna put fear in the other men to have children, and now we're controlling the population, and we destroying the woman all at the same time while we getting paid. They getting triple and quadruple benefits off the, you know.
Bruh.
But when you come back to the mindset of God, it don't matter. You avoiding all the. Let me get that in 2 Timothy 2:4 real quick.
2 Timothy 2:4.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Let's see.
2 Timothy 2.
The book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2,
24.
in verse 24.
Start at 3.
23.
25, my bad.
Read 25.
Yeah.
The book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2, and verse 25.
Yeah.
In meekness, instructing those that oppose themselves.
It's talking about the laws. The servant must not strive, right? Apt to teach. And when we teach and we instructing the people that oppose, we going against our own self, read.
If God peradventure will give them repentance to the acknowledging of the truth.
Right. So, hey, it might be that some of us repent, meaning we reform the way we was thinking. We stopped doing the sin we was doing, right? Read on.
And that they may recover themselves out of the snare of the devil.
Right. Guess what? Now we could avoid all the traps set for us. We could avoid all the traps just by keeping God's laws. So, like the Title 4D, like the brother was explaining, I just learned that today. They can't put that on you if you're married. So guess what? Marriage is honorable and all. So guess what?
Right.
I would have avoided that trap if I was married.
Yep.
Right.
Instead of giving Keisha a baby, Tatiana a baby, so on and so forth.
Yep.
You know, get married. I avoid that trap. I avoid the trap of STDs that way. If I don't steal, I avoid the trap of jail and prison. You know, so this is all to for us to avoid the trap set for.
That's it.
You know,
That's it. It like the scripture that we read earlier said, it's a shield for those who trust in it.
yeah.
You're going to avoid all of the stuff, all of the damnable things in your life if you do what's right. And that's just the way that it is, man. For real.
No, 100%. 100%. You know, we make a big thing about the marriage and relationships because, and I'm making a joke about Pop the Balloon, right? You know, that's a little, very popular show on YouTube right now. And when you watch it, it's funny, but it's kind of sad at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Because you're watching a brother or sister and they're trying to so-called look for love. And then they're asking these retarded questions that don't have nothing to do with actually building your life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're standing there, they're watching them dressed all out of order, like everything is out of order. You know what I'm saying? But when you come into the strength of the scriptures, you're gonna recognize what's order, how to raise children. You know what I'm saying? The whole nine, getting married, keeping everything solid, having the family around. And when we say family, we hold each other accountable. That's the key, y'all. You can't do it alone. That's the problem. A lot of y'all is just trying to do everything alone. You find some chick, now you want to move into your house. You're doing everything wrong. And then when things blow up, you're trying to figure it out.
Right.
Y'all got to come back you have to come back to the scriptures. You have to. Ain't no way around it. Yo, give me Zephaniah. You know what I want. We got to bring this out every class because we have to gather ourselves together.
Right.
It's very important. And then give me Tobit chapter 8 because we got to, you already know.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Right, so we're going to gather ourselves together, O nation not desired. And how do we do that? We come together and we teach ourselves teach each other the laws of God that was given to us from
That's
Christ, right?
right.
But now, so in hearing that, listen to this, all right? Because again, we picking women, especially men.
Mm-hmm.
We pick women based on how they look. I don't care what nobody say. We pick women based on how they look, and then after we find out about their personality.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? After we done touched them, then we say, oh, what? She actually speak English? Oh, she can speak English. Like, we don't care nothing about them. We just looking at how they look. We want to touch them. Then we find out if they can speak English or not. Then when we find out they speaking something else, then we like, oh, yeah, I don't want to talk to her
That's
no
so
more.
true.
You know what I mean? So we got to get right. Yo, read verse 6. Watch this.
Tobit chapter 8 and verse 6. Thou madest Adam and gavest him Eve for a wife, for a helper and a stay.
Right. So that's what we just read in Genesis chapter 28, y'all, right? Remember, we said that was actually, I think it was 27, when it said that he made male and female, he made them both, right? So that's that, Adam and Eve, right? And he gave Eve his wife for a helper. Go ahead.
Of them came mankind.
Uh-huh.
Thou hast said,
Whoa. Of them came mankind. How? Because they were fruitful and multiplied.
Yep.
Right? Go ahead.
Thou hast said, it is not good that man should be alone.
Go ahead.
Let us make unto him an aid like unto himself.
Right. So the Lord said it's not good that a man should be alone because he made man first. Adam was there by himself first. And then Adam looked around after he named everything. He said, man, everything has a female except for me. The Lord said, all right, I got you, bruh. Boom. And made him Eve. He probably was kicking himself after he got Eve, but at the end of the day, he still loved Eve. She was fly. She helped him. She messed up, but it is what it is. Go ahead, read verse 7.
And now, O Lord, I take not this my sister for lust, but uprightly.
That's it right there. I take not this my sister for lust, right? Now, that doesn't mean you're not going to be attracted to the woman that you're going to marry. Of course you're going to be attracted to her. Of course you want to lay with her and have sex with her and do all of that. Because when you read in Hebrews 13 and 4 says, marriage is honorable in all and the bed undefiled, right? You do have to be attracted to your woman. But the point is, it can't just be lust. Right. It cannot just be that. If it's that, then that's not a wife. All right? You have
That's
to know.
balloon pop.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's the balloon pop show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It can't just be for lust, but uprightly, meaning that this sister has to be instructed in the scriptures properly. She has to understand her role as a wife. She has to understand looking at you as the representative of Christ. You understand that, y'all? Read on.
Therefore, mercifully ordain that we may become aged together.
Right. So that what? So the Lord will have y'all together and become aged together. All right. So this is what we got to do. This is the righteousness of the marriages of God. You know what I'm saying? And this is how we're going to do away with the child support system.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's that simple. You think about it. You take time now to learn this woman correctly, learn the commandments, and learn this woman correctly. That's going to take away 20-something years of pain.
Yeah, for sure.
Think about it.
And knowing that we got to come age together, it ain't no divorce. It ain't no, you know what I'm saying? It ain't none of that.
Say that again, bro.
It ain't none.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
It ain't none.
So guess what? Hey, if we just keeping that commandment right there, we keeping our marriage sanctified, we ain't got to worry about no damn child support.
Right.
Because we there supporting the child together, like it's supposed to be.
Right.
It's supposed to be like that.
Right.
Yeah, that's you do it right, you do it light.
Right.
If you do it wrong, you do it long.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Hey.
Right. All praises. All right. So I think that's all we got on that, y'all. We're gonna close up. It was a excellent show.
Yes.
All praises. The brother was able to come back on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And be gracious with his time. But of course, y'all know what time it is for us.
Yeah, right
The
there.
thing. You got to point to the thing.
Booster Club time. Booster Club time. Hey,
Yes, sir.
Hey, hit that QR code. Send that money in, y'all. Y'all can see that a lot of great things are happening, right?
Yeah.
The Isaiah 11:11 project is going strong. We hitting many countries. Y'all see what it is. Y'all see the fruit that y'all money, when y'all send y'all money, there's no Bentleys running around. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Wow. They got 4 more Bentleys here.
We changing our own brakes here.
Right. Right.
We got the selection car key.
Exactly. We not squandering bread around here,
Right.
right? We really taking that money, by getting those flights, getting those hotels, using that food. Y'all know it's very expensive to run around, so y'all money's being used well. And
Yeah.
all praise to the Lord.
Yep.
A lot of people are coming and repenting as Israelites. So that's an excellent, excellent situation.
Yep.
That's right.
I don't know what next week's show is. Do we even have a thumbnail? Y'all brothers are crazy. They probably even got no thumbnail. Look, they said no. They said we ain't got no thumbnail. Just make up something as you go along. But next week's show, I can't even remember who we supposed to be having on. I forgot. But it's gonna be gonna be
fire.
Yeah, it's gonna be bopping.
be
I can't
fire
remember.
for
There's a
sure.
couple people in my head. I don't want to just start throwing things out there. And y'all come next week like that ain't what you said. Son. You know what I mean? Yeah, that laughing is terrible. Hey, that was bad. That was all the way bad. But all praise to the Lord. We're gonna get up out of here. Hey. Yo, Officer Shem, take us out, man.
Yo,
Come
man,
on.
y'all already know what time it is, man. Give me that, Judah.
Oh, okay. Hold on. We just got the update. Thank you.
It's just in.
Hold on. Thank you, my sis. Okay, the Black Farmers. We had the Black Farmers on last month. This was a different group. This group is from here in Northern California, not too far from here, actually. I think they're in Sacramento, actually.
Okay.
But way down there, what they call that, West Sacramento?
What's that?
Yeah, West Sac. I think they're in West Sac. Yep, they right there. So after we deal with them, we probably got to go over there and get some food out of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Lord's will, yes, they're going to be on. All praise to the Lord. That's going to be a great show as well. All right? So now, Officer Shem, take us out of here.
Come on, man. You know what I want.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 13 and verse 21.
Yeah.
Then I testified against them and said unto them, why lodge ye about the wall? If you do so again, I will lay hands on you.
If you do this thing again, we got to lay hands on you. If you're not tuning into this show, we got to lay hands on you. If you ain't donating to the Booster Club,
we going to put hands on
we
you.
have to put hands on you. Listen here. You just tuned in to the Nehemiah Squad, and we are your hosts. I'm Officer Shem.
Hey. Officer Judah.
I'm Captain Zaccai. All right, so Lord's will, see y'all next week. Enjoy the Sabbath. Shalom, Most High Christ bless.
Shalom, Most High Christ bless.
All praise.
I'm even the evil, spend holy days away from the heathen. I need a break, I don't need a reason. I need a script, I don't need your grievance. Keep it to yourself.
Since you came back and
Blood
the show
for my
was
health, leave it on the shelf. Ain't hearing nothing else. Tonight ain't the night, knowing the price. Pay it off with my life, till it's out with your lights. Do it all for the Christ, and he ain't playing nice. Knew the end from the start. Fix your face like it's art. The sons of a simp, call him Bart. Yeah, you did your best, played your part. But now it's time to cut you to the heart. Flex on occasion. It's the strangest of the salvation. You see it, believe it, amazing. Them terrorists coming invasion, since the creation, war of mine, Lord bless the general, greatest nation, eat them unequivocal, bombs dropping buddy, cause it's biblical, start shit, now it's time to finish you, whoa. Said he won't vote, we looking for smoke, so, we give him some more, we want the world, we breaking them down, taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown, we want the world, we breaking them down, taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown, it's the end of the world, ain't the beginning of ours, it's the end of the world. Ain't the beginning of ours. It's the end of the world. Ain't the beginning of ours. We want the world. We breaking them down. Taking the kingdom. Can't wait for the crown. It's the end of the world.
I can't wait for our kingdom to start and for there to be finished. Get rid of all of their idols and lying religions. Look for the crown like Edris. Hey, this that crown talk. Wisdom of Solomon 5 talk. This that second Edris 6 and 9. We want eyes talk. It's your time to end. And my time again. It's our time to win. Away with the sin. You know what it is. Rejoice with my kin. See, that is why we repented. Golden streets, I can see myself in it. The city is bright, the kingdom of light. A wonderful sight past the angels, the inner light. I need 1,000 years of labor. Sit on my throne with my savior. Try to know wine, press alone. He bring pain like major. You think the nations is equal to us? TK Kirkland, who raised you? Flex on occasion, my God a racist. That's why we moving with patience. It's been a long time coming. I spent my whole life running. Now that I'm 10 toes down and established my faith on 100. Woe to the nations, my king will race them. You know they gotta be punished. Jeremiah 25. Yeah, you know they gon' fry. Whoa. Said he won't vote, we looking for smoke. So, we give him some more. We want the world, we breaking them down. Taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown. We want the world, we breaking them down. Taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown. It's the end of the world. Ain't the beginning of ours. It's the end of the world. Ain't the beginning of ours. It's the end of the world. Ain't the beginning of ours. We want the world, we breaking them down. Taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown. It's the end of the world.
in the evening, spend holy days away from the heathen. I need a break, I don't need a reason. I need a script, I don't need your grievance. Keep it to yourself, it's better for my health. Leave it on the shelf, ain't hearing nothing else. Tonight ain't the night, knowing the price. Pay it off with my life, till it's out with your lights. Do it all for the Christ, and he ain't playing nice. Knew the end from the start. Fix your face like it's art. The sons of a simp, call him Bart. Yeah, you did your best, played your part. But now it's time to cut you to the heart. Flex on occasion, it's the strangest of the salvation. You see it, believe it, amazing. Them terrorists coming invasion, since the creation. War of mine, Lord bless the general. Greatest nation, eat them unequivocal. Bombs dropping, but it cause it's biblical. Start shit, now it's time to finish. Whoa. Said he won't vote, he looking for smoke. So, we give him some more. We want the world, we breaking them down. Taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown. We want the world, we breaking them down. Taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown. It's the end of the world. Ain't the beginning of ours. It's the end of the world. Ain't the beginning of ours. It's the end of the world. Ain't the beginning of ours. We want the world, we breaking them down. Taking the kingdom, can't wait for the crown. It's the end of the world.
I can't wait for our kingdom to start and for there to be